Hi guys. So this is not my comfort zone, but I have been asked by a lot of people to create an at-home workout. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Katie Scharf. I am the owner of Strength in Moms. It is a prenatal, postpartum, in-home personal training company where our trainers go in-home and work with moms during their pregnancy, give them strength and conditioning during their pregnancy, and then also on the post side, work out with moms at home with their newborns when they can't go out to gyms to rehab their abdominals, their core, their pelvic floor, and their total body to get them back to traditional fitness. That being said, I have a lot of clients who I also just do regular personal training for. Obviously, we are all in an isolation situation here with the coronavirus epidemic that is going on. So I have been asked by many to share some workouts. This is not the place I like to be. I am not a behind the camera or in front of the camera kind of person. I prefer to just be talking to people and not staring at myself in a camera, which feels very awkward, but B, I'd rather be with you guys, but I can't. So that being said, I'm going to do a series of circuits today that you guys can do at home. Some of them are with no equipment. Some of them are with little equipment, maybe some medium to light dumbbells or a medicine ball or whatever you have, a child, some other equipment you might have in the house. But you can do most of this on your own at home. So with that, let's get started. We are going to start by warming up, by marching in place. We're going to work on getting our hips warmed up, all of our joints, get the blood flowing. We're going to roll our shoulders back, create some space in our chest, and roll them forward. If you want to, you can put music on in the background of your own house. I don't want to have to pay for the rights of sharing music on Facebook. Take your feet out wide. So currently there's no music playing here in my room, which joined me in my bedroom. That's where I'm sitting right now, trying to get away from everybody else that's all in the same household. And now we're going to step side to side, still just warming up our body, getting our blood flowing. And now start to pull heels up and warm up our hamstrings. So whatever you can do, just keep moving. Most important thing, don't feel isolated and stuck in your house. You can go for a walk, maintain your social distancing, walk with your kids, and take your knees forward. Whatever you can do to just kind of release some stress, get out, keep moving, and just do the best we can. Don't compare yourself to anybody else. Please, it's very easy to do. Good, and go ahead and plant your feet. We're gonna take a deep breath in, all the way down, and up, and exhale. One more time, all the way down, and up, and exhale. Okay, so most of my exercises that we do are modified since I work with a lot of moms who are either pregnant or postpartum. There's a lot of modifications that we may do. So the first thing I want you to do is we're going to work on a squat. I like to do a squat with a small anterior tilt. Our hips are going to be back. We're going to sit in our squat like we're sitting down on a chair, but we're not going to obviously sit. So our weight's going to be back in our heels. We are going to squat down and up, trying to keep our chest high, down, and up. Keep it down, chest stays high. Inhale and exhale. Now I'm going to face you. Keep going down and up. We're going to keep this going for another 30 seconds. Here we go. Down and up. Down and up. If this hurts the front of your knees, if you've got anything with patella tendonitis, you can open up your toes a little wider. I know you probably can't see me very well, but you can open your toes a little wider, and that allows your knees to sit back and takes off some of the stress on the front of your knees. Good, keep going. Last one. and stop. So now we're going to stand on the right side of our mat that's out on the floor. We're going to lunge with our left leg to the side and back up. Side and back up. Perfect. The idea with this is I want you to plant that foot. We are stretching the inner thigh of our right leg. Back up. Back up. Keep going. Keeping your chest high again. This is working the quad hamstring of that left leg, as well as the inner thigh of that right leg. Good, 2 more. Last one. Now, with that same right leg planted, I'm going to come more in the center of my mat. My left leg is going to go back into a curtsy squat. Think about old bell times. You're going to take that leg back behind you. Give yourself some space. So if you had a big bell skirt on, you would be able to get into a big curtsy squat. Back up. Left leg goes behind, knee goes down to the floor, and back up. We're working the quads of the right leg. Take it down and up. Chest stays high. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Good. If you would like to, you can always add weights to any of these moves and add an upper body element. If you wanted to, you could have a dumbbell in your left arm and add a press to the top. Last one. And stop. All right. Other side. So now we are going to plant our left foot. Our right leg is going to lunge to the right. Regular side lunges. Again, plant that foot, stick that butt back. We've got this for 30 seconds. Down and up. And up. Good. And up. Keep breathing. Inhale down. Down and up. So this first one today is going to be a leg workout, obviously. It's what we've been doing for the last 3 exercises. I will continue to add as many of these as I feel comfortable. Almost there. Last one. And stop. Good. Back to the center a little bit. Now your left leg is still planted. Your right leg is going back into your curtsy squat. Again, give yourself space and step back so that this front leg is not going forward. Ready? Here we go. Take it back. And up. Good. And up. Keep it up. You're doing awesome. I can't see you, but I assume you are. Almost there. Let's do 2 more. Last one. And rest. Good. All right. We're going to add all of those muscles together into a squat alternating front kick. This is going to get our heart rate up just because we're using so many muscles. And our lower body is our largest muscle group that we've got, especially women out there. So if we've got this strength, let's use it. So we're going to sit back in a skier squat. Our feet are a little closer together. They're directly below your hips. Again, you're sitting back as if you were going down in a downhill ski. If you don't ski, don't worry about it. The idea is that you're sitting back like you're going to sit in a chair. As you come out and exhale, we're going to alternate a kick. So squatting down, kick. Squatting down and kick. We are here for 1 whole minute. Kick, down, kick. Now while we're doing this, what I want you to think about, because again, I work with all pregnant and postpartum moms, is I want you to think about your core and your pelvic floor. As you squat down, you should not be bearing down on that pelvic floor. Everything should be engaged and supporting you. As you keep your hips in this closed position, It's a little easier than if you were in a wide squat position. But what I want you to think about is inhaling down, exhaling on the way out. Inhale down, exhale, down, exhale. Keep it up. Almost there. Almost there. Last one. And last one on the left. And march it out. Awesome job. All right, we're going to take this down to the mat. Here we go. All right. So I've got a couple weights here that we can use if needed. But again, we're working today lower body, core, pelvic floor, lower back, all these different things. Oh my gosh, people are actually watching. Hi, friends. So we're going to start off with just a full body plank, alternating a rotation. So you have an option to use a weight on this. If you don't want to use your weight, you don't have to. I'm going to show you in both ways. So first, ideally, you're going to be in a full body plank position. So your whole body is if you're going to do a full body push-up. But from this position, we're going to open up, rotating to the right, and then back down, and then you're going to rotate to the left. If you'd like to add a weight, you can grab your weight, you row, turn, and press. Back down. Other side, you would row, turn, and press. Do not try and straight raise unless you want to start working your delts on your shoulder. Different workout. So we're going to start that. We're going to do 10. Left and right or right and left is 1. We're going to do 10 of them. So holding plank position. If you need to modify your plank, put your knees down, but make sure your hips are forward and you're not in a quadruped position. So if you're down on your knees, your hips are forward, or you're up in your push-up position. All right, again, I'm going to do mine with a weight. We're going to start off here. Let's go right side. Pull and press. Left. Pull, press. That's 1. We're doing 10. Up. The whole time you're breathing, make sure that you are not holding your breath. This is 3. I usually use a clock simply because, like all trainers, I think we lose track of counting. We start thinking about other things, and then we just make up a number. Good. Like I said, I think that's 5. We'll go with that. So this is 6. Make sure you're breathing. If you feel tightness in your chest, it's probably because you're too engaged in your chest and your core is not helping support you. Keep breathing. I think this is 8. You're doing great. 2 more each side. 9. And 10. Awesome. I have no idea what number that was. Put that weight off to the side. Sit back in child's pose. Stretch out those shoulders. Doing great. Now we're going to roll over. Again, another exercise you can do with or without weights. I'm going to use a medicine ball. One of the things that I get asked a lot when you're doing a Russian twist or a paddler. So our hip flexors are located right here in the front of our hips. When our feet are on the floor and our heels are kind of dug in, I'm pushing down with my heels. I don't want to do that. Some people choose to lift their legs up. Now, when I lift my legs up, my lower back has to engage to help support me, and it can start to make your hip flexors get really tired. We sit a lot, whether it's work, car, kids, homework, whatever it is, we sit a lot. So our hip flexors are already shortened as it is. So what I want us to think about is not making them more angry, as they already are. So I like to keep my feet on the ground, but my heels are not digging into the ground. I'm going to pick up my weight, and I'm going to rotate side to side.
So a couple things I see at the gym. One, I see people out with their feet up, which is great. If you can support that, that's a lot harder on your core, but your lower back can start to bother you. The other thing is I see people doing this, and their shoulders, their rotation has stopped. The idea is that we're trying to engage our obliques, which are on either side of our body, of our core. So as I try and turn, I'm trying to tap the floor to the ground. My shoulders have turned to my left. As I turn to my right, my shoulders will turn to my right. We're going to do this for 30 seconds. Ready? Again, you can do this with or without a weight. If you're without a weight, all you're doing is just tapping your hands to the floor. 30 seconds starts now. Taking it side to side, side to side. Awesome. Making sure you're breathing. Your belly button is pulling in towards your core while you're breathing, and your pelvic floor is supported and pushed up or pulled up, and you're not bearing down. Good. Keep breathing. And rest. Awesome. All right. Side planks. We're going to do a combination of 2 exercises on these side planks. The first exercise is just a side plank. I'm going to put your elbow down on the mat, and I'm going to turn me sideways. Oh, no, can't turn me sideways. Just kidding, can't turn sideways. Okay, you're going to have your elbow down on the mat. Ideally, I want your legs straight and your hips are up. Not here, up. If you cannot hold this position properly, the bottom knee is down on the mat and your right leg is straight and toes touching the floor. So this is your modified position. We're going to hold this for 30 seconds. Ready? Bring it up. Right arm is going to reach towards the ceiling. My hips are going to stay high, and I'm going to breathe. You can't see me, but hi. This is so awkward. This is not my normal mojo. I'd rather be in a class or working out with you guys one-on-one. 8 seconds. Strong position. 3, 2, and 1. Good. From this position, we're going to do a combination of 2 exercises. That same hip lift, but what I want you to do is my knees are going to be bent in front of me. So right now, if you can't tell, my knees are bent. My feet are directly behind my hips. So I have an L coming here with my knees. My elbows on the ground. I am going to hip lift up. When I get to this point, I'm going to open up my hip, my feet. Can't see the lower bottom of me. From here, I hip lift up, and then it's called a clamshell. We are working our glute. So hip lift up, clamshell, down, down, up, open, down, down. Good. Up, open, down, down, up, open. 4 more. Up, open, and up, open. 3, 2, open, and 1, open. Awesome. All right. Other side. Okay, right arm on the ground. Your body is in full side plank position. So your legs are either straight or your right knee is down on the ground here. So I'm going up to a side plank. Ready? And lift. We've got 30 seconds. If you ever want to make this exercise a little more difficult from this position, if you're in that side plank, you can add a little rotation to work your obliques by turning closed and then opening back up. Or you can take your arm and go between your body and the floor and back up. Keep it up. 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. All right, again, bend those knees, feet on the floor, directly behind your hips, elbows on the floor. Don't let yourself sink down into your elbow. Feel strong and supported by that shoulder. Other arm can be wherever you want to. You're going to bridge or hip lift up, clamshell, back and down, up, open, back, down, up, open, back, down, up, open. 5 more, up, open. Awesome. 4, open. You've got this. 3, open. 2, and last one, 1, open. Awesome. All right, last move for today. It's my client's favorite exercise. It is a relaxing stretch, but also working your core. It's a Pilates roll-up. I don't know if that's what it's actually called, but that's what I call it. The idea is that your legs are going to be straight out in front of you. You're going to lay straight down on the mat. Your arms can be either overhead or directly above you. If you want to, for your lower back, you can slightly bend your knees and keep your heels to the floor. Ideally, we are trying to take our spine and we are trying to unzip it, reaching forward, and then re-zip it back down. We're here for 1 whole minute. This is our last exercise for today's workout. Are you ready? Here we go. And take it up, forward, and back down. Good. Up, reach, and down. Up, reach, and down. What you're focusing on is your abdominal muscle, which runs down the front of you. We've been working your core by working your obliques and your lower back on all the other exercises. And now we're letting the outermost abdominal muscle have its primary work right now on the roll-ups. If you have a back issue, if you are pregnant or postpartum and you cannot be on your back, you can shoot me a text and I can give you a modified version of this. There's a lot of abdominal work you can still do, even if you have back issues. If you have diastasis recti, which is that separation you can get in the connective tissue. We've got 1 more and we are all done. And up. Good. All right, let's stretch. We're going to start off in a butterfly position and I can kind of talk about some modifications. So feet are together. You're on the sits bones of your butt. You can hold your shoulders down away from your ears, and we're just going to sit here for just a second. If you ever have a question of a modification, I can come up with most anything that I can come up with an idea for most any muscle for you to work if there's an issue. I myself suffer from a lot of knee issues, and just because I'm getting older, back and shoulder, it's just getting more and more difficult sometimes. But if we can keep moving, if we can keep working those muscle groups, a lot of times some of the pain can go away if the muscle starts to get stronger and feels supported by the rest of your body. So it's really important to kind of keep that moving. All right, let's open up legs in front. We're going to stretch our hamstrings. What I want you to think about, you can see some people at the gym and they just crouch down and try and lay as flat as they can on their legs. I want you to think about coming from your hip flexor and keeping your rib cage high. So as I keep my rib cage high, I'm going to bring that forward so that I'm bending in my hip flexor and my shoulders, if you notice, are staying high. So some of you may not get anywhere near your shoes. I've got really long arms and I'm pretty flexible. So I can take myself probably a little more forward than some of you can. The rest of you, if you need to, you can just bend and you can support yourself on the back of your shins. You can carry yourself forward and hold and keep breathing through. And release. We're going to do 1 more. Again, take a deep breath in. You're going to exhale, bring that rib cage forward and feel that stretch in the hamstrings. Hi, I can't believe people are watching. I've never done this before and I feel extremely awkward. So most of you guys I know, so hi. And you also know this is not my comfort zone. But I figured it gets me doing something, and if it gets me doing something, it might get a couple of you guys doing something too. So We'll see. All right, roll over on all fours. We're gonna stretch our back. So in our quadruped position, you're gonna arch down into a cat pose, or cat-cow. Arch back up into your cat. One more time. Arch down. Feel that flexion in your lower back. And then back up. From here, we're gonna do one more shoulder leg stretch by taking ourselves to downward dog. Tuck those toes behind you. Straighten your legs and stick that tailbone straight up to the ceiling. Feel yourself supported here by your strong shoulders. Trying to drive your heels to the floor. And then slowly walk your hands towards your feet. And then we are going to come to a standing position. All right, our last thing, roll some shoulders back. Here we go, all the way back. I will come up with some other shorter workouts. Open those shoulders up by reaching behind. If you can't do this, you can put your shoulder or your right arm onto a wall. If you were here, you can put your shoulder here or your arm on a wall and then open up your shoulder. Some people are a little more flexible than others. And now you roll your shoulders forward and grab your hands in front and release. One more good deep breath all the way down and exhale. Thank you guys so much. I hope I didn't ramble too much. Hi to all my friends that are watching. Thanks again. We'll do another one soon. Good luck. Stay safe. Stay home. Stay healthy.